And so I bought an old farm. So there is an old farmhouse, then there is a barn, then bathhouse there, and behind the house is like a garage, driveway, and then the land. It took me over 6 months for the money I could afford to find the right place, which would have wide open spaces for the dogs to run free and provide me with that being close to nature feel, which this place has in abundance, with a variety of fields, woodland, birch trees, forests, and even a little river. Plus, the property is south-facing, providing plenty sunlight for growing vegetables, getting some solar power, or just simply lie down and chill. Alright, let me show you around, starting with the outbuildings first. First of them being this old bathhouse. Unfortunately, I cannot take you inside because the door is stuck in a frozen ground. We need to wait until all defrosts. And like every old farm, I have my own water well. At the moment it looks sad, but I want to restore it once I have funds to do so. Meanwhile, there's plenty of water and I can get it out with a bucket, no problem. Then there is the outhouse. Most of farms still have them to remain as off-grid as possible. This one looks pretty rank, although nobody has pooped here for the last few years. So I want to restore it to make it as pleasant experience as possible for us as well as for everyone who visits. Yeah, and behind the outhouse is this massive pile of soil and garbage. Not sure what's really going on here, but I guess we shall find out once it all defrosts. Moving on to the barn. So this would be where they used to keep animals, and this part would be for keeping hay and farming tools. Again, the condition is not ideal, but the actual structure is pretty sound. Some panels from the walls are gone, but as I said, the main structure still looks strong and stable, as well as the roof, so it's just a matter of fixing it when I get some funds. And then there is this side where they used to keep livestock, now is full of the previous owner's rubbish, which I need to clear out and then see what needs to be done. And this is the back of the barn, and here is a better view of the bathhouse again. Then we have this weird structure, which looks a bit like a garage. Well, whatever that is, it's very, very ugly. I either wanna rebuild it, take all the metal bits away and then put wood around, or just demolish the whole thing because it's standing a little bit weirdly. It's like, see, sideways. It's not proportional. Inside there's again a lot of rubbish left from the previous owners, but at least for now I have a rainproof lockable storage room for tools or firewood, so I guess I would keep it for this year until I sort the barn out. And there's the driveway with a beautiful old oak tree. Yeah, and finally the main house, where the farmer's family used to live. It looks a little bit weird, like there is not a defined front entrance, but let's start with the outside first. The condition of the structure, judging by the first glimpse, is not that good, but they had changed most of the windows, which helps. Yeah, some mystical electrical wires coming in and out the house. This is the east side of the house. Again, the windows are new, providing rooms with gorgeous evening light. And this is the north side of the house. Some parts look very sad. And there's a loft as well, which I haven't seen yet, as I need a tall ladder to climb up and get through this small hatch into the loft. But I really want to do that soon, which will give me a better idea about the condition of the main beams and roof. Okay, and this apparently is the front of the house, facing west, but all the front garden is still having all the sunlight from south, which is amazing. So before you enter the actual house, there's this hallway / storage room. Although it's weird looking, I think it's a great space where to hang your coats and leave your dirty wellies before you enter the main house. Then on this side is another space, which currently again is full with the previous owner's garbage. It has a great light though, as the back window is facing south. I have no clue at the moment how I will use this space, but I guess we'll figure that out along the way. Okay, entering the main house, straight into the kitchen, and I can already see that the wooden floors are great and they feel safe and stable, which helps. The window is facing north, hence it feels a bit dark. Here I brought in some stuff whilst I'm doing things on site. At least I can make food and hot drinks on my camping stove. Then there's this giant wood stove, heart of the house, which not only keeps the house warm, but it's where all the magic happens, like cooking, baking for self, family and friends. Unfortunately, it's all broken, so I need to call in someone who knows what they are doing and fix it ready for the next winter. Then this wall here is also part of the stove, which would get hot and heat the room behind it. I will show that in a minute. Firstly, look at this area. It's a good workspace, but again needs a good attention, like the floor needs fixing and what else. But at least the ceiling is fine. And of course, there's no running water in the house. So in old days, they invented this thing where they manually poured water into a metal box. Then by pushing this knob, the water would come out. Then it goes down the sink into a grey water container, which you then need to empty. Almost like a water system in vans, isn't it? So this one would heat the wall here, this one, and that's how this room would stay warm. And yes, this is the smaller one of the two family rooms they have. The two windows, one facing east, one north, giving the room the afternoon and evening light. And of course, that's all previous owners' furniture left behind. And the floor is alright. Floor needs cleaning and sanding down. And then this door, Jesus. Look at the gaps. Yeah, it goes to the kitchen, so this door needs to be addressed. Also, this one looks out to the kitchen, so it's broken. That's to the kitchen. There's a massive gap there. And then the ceiling, like the ceiling is pretty alright. Moving on to the big room with windows facing south. That's my heater, but the rest of the stuff again is left behind from the previous owners. Then they have this little wood burner with a metal pipe going into the chimney. The ceiling looks pretty alright, so I might save money and leave it for now. Then there is this random door which is locked, but I think it goes out to the hallway. I need to check it. And yeah, that's basically it. Another glimpse of the condition of the ceilings. Jesus, look! I really need to change these old wires and sockets as soon as possible. And yeah, can you believe it? I actually bought this place without viewing it. Some would say it's silly, but as I told you before, farmhouses here are flying fast. And as it took me ages to find one which suits my budget and provides with almost everything what I was looking for, I just rang up and said, I'm taking it. And yes, it's not perfect, but it will provide me with endless projects, which is just what I need. On the farm, there's always something to do, either fixing things, building from scratch, chopping wood, pruning bushes, planting, weeding, cutting grass, you name it. I'm someone who constantly needs to be occupied, otherwise I tend to think too much, which is not good for the mind and general health. Also, being close to nature, allowing me to do things in natural ways, being outdoors most of the day, fresh air, sunlight, organic foods. Man, I'm sold! Whilst I'm starting on renovations, I will be living on site. Also, my friend is moving in to help me with the big jobs and heavy lifting. But otherwise, I will do as much as I can by myself, recycling and upcycling, basically making old shit look like $1 million. I just love it. By the way, I have a Facebook page called Happy Meadow, containing all my past art and DIY projects when I lived in Jersey. Check it out. I left the link in the description. And yeah, thank you all for watching. And as you have probably guessed, many of my upcoming videos will be from here, from the farm, showing you what I'm doing, some progress, new ideas, and hopefully inspire you in one way or other to start your own project, no matter how big or small. Everything matters when you do something you are passionate about. Love and peace, and see you next time.